Hey, it's your boy Chango coming at you with another video. This video is why are we accommodating plus size people in society? Two bears, one cave highlight, and this has Dillon in it and YMH, all of that good stuff. Let's get right into it.
Have you seen that this thing has also taken off recently? I feel like on social media, where plus size people are now complaining about accommodations, and they're like, things need to be.
I think this was a troll, actually.
This one was.
Well, the one
There's a few.
The one where the woman is going through the plane seats
And turns sideways.
That was a fetish video because
really?
guys jerk off to just fat woman struggling through the. This is
Really?
This is a fact. Nick Mullen told me this, and I believe him. And then somebody put over her complaining about the thing. Yeah, because I think that was just a fact because she's like struggling in a weird way. It's kind of like
her fat ass gets stuck.
Yeah, it's very like performative. But then there are fat people that complain. Like as a fat person, I don't really complain about anything because I realize it's my problem.
Exactly. And I look, at my fattest, yeah, things are uncomfortable, but you still go, I gotta fucking just bite the bullet on this.
Yeah, you gotta bite the bullet, but also things are kind of big enough.
Kinda.
Like a lot of things are big enough. Like all these people are like, oh, the country's not designed for fat people. It's like, get in a Chevy Tahoe.
I mean, like,
absolutely designed for fat people.
If you're like, things are not big enough,
right? That's
really
a problem.
Big.
Yes.
Like,
what is this woman saying?
Yeah, what's this big ass broad thing?
It's super frustrating that there's even a difference between traveling as a straight size person versus a plus size person. Traveling in general is difficult. In addition to, being removed from the comforts of your own home, you're also thrown in this like little wrench of like, oh, also you may be not able to fit all the places. Yeah. I just recently
She's
went
like,
on a cruise.
I can't fit all of the places, like Greece.
And you would think all of the excursions would have body inclusive accommodations, but there was like 3 or 4 excursions that had weight limits.
Yeah, like
if you were over 350 pounds, you couldn't attend this excursion. I feel like if you're physically able to walk a certain amount of miles, why you wouldn't be able to participate in these excursions?
Because they know fat people have died before. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
A fat person has died in some Mayan ruin and they start rotting.
Sure.
And then the rest of the tour group's like, are we going to leave them? And then like an elephant, people have to come and strap this fat part. It's probably like local people. They have to strap this big behemoth to something.
350 is a good limit.
And walk down the fucking steps.
Yeah.
They've tried it before. Fat people have died.
And this lady's like, I want to get on this parasail. And they're
By the
like,
way, what excursion does this bitch want to do?
Exactly.
What is she talking about? She's like, I'm mad I can't go on the hike. If you cared about excursions, you wouldn't look like that.
350.
Excursion.
It's so shitty that they cut us. Toilets. We don't have a stand at the bottom.
Well, I don't even know what that means.
That because they're wall mounted, so they break if you're over a certain amount. They're not fixed to the floor.
Holy shit. You're too big for a toilet. That's a real problem. Like, you are too big. Granted, why are they making, to be fair, why are they making toilets wall mounted like that, right? Holy shit, I'm having a kick out of this. And for those of you that don't know, I have been there. I used to be like 300 pounds at some point. So for you that are new watching my channel, your boy Chango was a big boy. I went from being a gorilla to being a Chango. A fat gorilla at that. Yeah. Let's carry on.
That one right there, she could snap. She knows it.
Have a stand at the bottom that are kind of just like hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
There's like beach loungers, like the plastic ones that like bend super easily.
She calls the people. I snapped the toilet in the guest quarters of the cruise. So how does this work?
Jesus.
Are there any accommodations with toilets made of stone?
Sitting down on it and being like, oh my gosh, if I break this, like I will be so sad just because I want to enjoy my beach time and I don't want to have to worry about, is something going to be able to like hold my weight?
But all this
make it out of steel.
All this conversation about all these things that like maybe that don't accommodate her, and none of it like. So that's why I decided to lose 60 pounds.
No, it's very reasonable to go, I just want everything I encounter to be made of marble.
Always.
Is there any way we can make something out of marble all the time?
And it's just because I need that.
Yeah.
I need it for myself. I can't sit anywhere or go anywhere because... I mean, so that means she's got to be pushing 4 bills, right?
She's
huge.
pushing some bills.
Yeah.
I believe that airlines is the biggest frustration when it comes to plus size accommodations. When we're flying next to other people, my husband and I try really hard to be as small as we possibly can, but you can only do so much to make yourself small. One of the biggest worries that people have as a plus size person is having to ask in front of other people that they don't know for a seatbelt extender.
But I mean... Here's the thing. She's like, fucking, it really sucks to ask for it, but you need a seatbelt extender. And here's the thing. If you don't want to ask for a seatbelt extender, there's one way.
In fairness to her,
yeah.
If a plane makes her fly out of the seat,
yeah,
it's over. Like if the G-forces on that plane are making her and her husband fly out of the seat,
this is crashing.
It's ripping apart.
Yeah.
She should not need a seatbelt. They should literally tell her in front of other people.
Oh, you don't need one.
You don't need to worry about this because anything that would propel you into the air means it's over for all of us.
This is a mountain we're crashing into.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Their life at risk and not wear a seatbelt versus embarrass themselves by asking for a seatbelt extender. I wish that there was a way that even if like on the reservation, we could say, I would prefer this type of chair, or I would prefer this type of accommodation. When you're making a reservation on an airline, I think that there should be a way to select that you want a seatbelt extender, and then that seatbelt extender should just be sitting on your seat.
I'll tell you this: I've never needed one, and they only on like the tiny jets, like the ones that sometimes you regionally fly.
Yeah, regionally.
It gets very tight. But the seatbelts are pretty fucking big.
They're pretty big.
The seatbelts are big. I'm a big dude. The seatbelts are big. I have a smaller waist, but like the thing with her is it's where you bulge.
Yeah.
She bulges in a place that's very tough to lock down.
Yeah.
With a belt. She's bulging in a place that's not. Why doesn't she wear the seatbelt around her neck?
It'd fit there. It definitely fits there.
You get there, hire people that are different sizes to come to your restaurant and sit in different places so that you're accommodating people of all different sizes.
Can you imagine that being a fat seat filler? Hire people to just come to your restaurant and be fat?
Hey man, I know you're the...
My very first job out of the Marine Corps is I worked for Olive Garden. That was like my very first job. And I, whenever we had a regular, there was this big ass dude. His name was Larry, I want to say. It was, I think it was Larry. Biggest dude ever, right? And so we had 2 different kinds of chairs. We had the chair with the handles, you know what I'm talking about? Where you can like stand up like this fucking shit, you know? And then we had the ones without. Well, the ones without, we called it a Larry chair because that's the chair that Larry needed. So whenever someone else, some other big ass dude or woman for that matter, would fucking come in, we would be like, internally, we would be like, hey, go get the Larry chair because this lady's gonna need it. How crazy is that you get a chair named after you? Anyways, let's carry on.
425. I'm opening a new fucking sandwich shop. Could you come by?
Let me ask you a question. So we have this very high-end Italian restaurant, and certain members of the fat activist community are worrying we're not shoveling a gruel in enough pigs' faces. could you come down here and just be fat for a living? Just do what you do.
Do you see if some shit breaks?
Yeah. Just come and just show people that the chairs work. Her whole point is she sees the fat person and goes, oh, these chairs work.
Oh, my God.
I love that she acts like she's not going to chance it in a restaurant.
Yeah, sure.
She's like, but maybe I won't go to this restaurant. Really?
Yeah, you will.
To be made. People want to travel, and we shouldn't be seen as the problem.
Okay.
Every plane should have 8 seats.
That's it.
That's it.
You know, that's also possible. It's called private charter.
Yeah, private charter. Yeah. Charter that. Fatty. Fatty Bunbatty. I think it's a little absurd, and the demands being made of people to accommodate.
This is an insane demand. It's insane. I mean,
and it's unrealistic, and it would ruin. I don't even understand what her problem is. She doesn't want to ask for the seatbelt extender. She wants. She's first
like,
of all,
there's places that have.
I don't think she has to ask. People like a good flight attendant notices that and goes,
as soon as she boards, here you go.
Hey,
yeah.
Here you go.
And most restaurants should be able to accommodate. You know, they should be like, hey, we're probably gonna have some people 450 coming in.
Right.
You know, we need how about you do a little bit for yourself too?
She's like, me and my husband, when we're on the plane, we try to be small.
Yeah.
Yeah? How?
Yeah.
How do you try to be
this?
small?
This what you do? You shrug?
She goes, we close our eyes and we pretend to be June bugs, but we're not. We're 800 pounds of
I know
fun.
I'm this big, but I'm going to Jew myself down to 220.
I'm trying to Jew myself down so I fit in this seatbelt. So I can get to fucking... Where are they even going, by the way?
Where are they going?
Where are you going? She's like, we took a trip to Ohio.
It'd be funny if, wasn't there a thing too? Wasn't there a thing years ago where airlines were like, they would just go like, no, you gotta buy 3 seats.
Yes.
Like they would just make you buy the seats.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was maybe Southwest that was like, no, if you're gonna fly here, you require multiple seats.
Yeah.
I think they did that, and people got upset, obviously. Now
they're banning skinny woman.
Well, there's no exact weight limit. Customer of size is someone that needs more than 1 seat. Yeah, Southwest state that the lowered armrest is if you cross over it. Yeah.
I love that this has to be explained to someone. The armrest is the border of the seat.
Yeah. Are you in somebody's country?
That's where the seat ends. Now, are you Russia going into Ukraine right now?
Because if so,
if your stomach is in the next person's seat, you have to pay for that.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable, though.
I think it's reasonable. Or
here's the thing. Just don't fly.
Don't fly. Get a first class seat.
Yeah. They're not being...
Get an exit row. That might help.
And try to be as small as you can.
And try to work on you.
Just wish real hard while you're in your seat. Just go, I'm small, and see how that works out.
I like how she's like, the excursions are being kept. Like she's like, finally, I'm on vacation. I want to try walking, and they won't let me. I want to try. I've never done this before. What is this exotic thing called walking?
Yeah, it's it's not like you're doing excursions when you're home.
Yeah, and it's like, what does she think? She's going to be on a zip line?
Hell no, that whole fucking forest will fall apart.
That'd be amazing, though. To see her on a zip line would be kind of amazing.
And they're like, we don't think you should do that. She goes, I got up here. And they're like, all right. And then you see all the shit snap. Kill a kid in the village. I'm like, oh my God.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert, one goes.
Holy wow, is that funny. But I had a thought. So I don't think it's just about big people, right? I feel like the armrest should be the border, right? And if you are on the other side, I should be compensated for that, right? Like, you're fucking pay half of my fucking ticket if you're like crossing that border, right? And the reason why I say that, it's not just big people, but let me tell you, your boy Charlie was on a plane once, and there was some guy from, like, I don't know, he's a Middle Eastern fucking, I don't know, Pakistan, some kind of stand somewhere. I don't where the fuck he was from. But he had the hairiest arms. Like, it was like a rug. And like the whole flight, I'm getting rug burn from this fucker. He should have to pay for some of my fucking ticket. Because why should I have to have some sweaty big dude with fucking hairy arms? Like, that was gross. Your boy Chang, I had a Steam Deck. I was playing on my Steam Deck, and this dude fucking hairy arm next to me. Fuck that shit. If I wanted to go all Karen and shit, I could have probably complained or something, but come on, man. Like, fuck, shave that shit or something. Wear a long sleeve shirt, right? He wasn't necessarily that big, but his hairy arms was just as much of a problem than anything. If not, it was probably worse. Comment down below and let me know, what would you rather sit next to? Some big ass fat dude or woman, like, invading your space that doesn't fit in her fucking bubble? Or some fucking werewolf sitting next to you? Anyways, that's all I got. You guys take care. Peace out.